listening to Soundcheck with the Moose.
How the hell's everybody doing, man? It's Moose with you here in the old. There's part of the studio is here, and the new studio is over there. So I'm in the makeshift studio, the MASH studio. This is the Metal Coffee Showcase number 3. So if you don't know what Metal Coffee is, like at the beginning of this year in January, I thought, man, I think I could do good at PR. I've met so many people at record labels and magazines and radio stations and podcasts. I'm going to try to really expand on getting things done for bands. And I started it, and it's gone crazy. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm being choosy about who I pick and who I want to cover and all that stuff. So I've been doing these showcases of these amazing bands that I'm picking up. This is number 3. So I think we have 30 plus bands that you guys can listen to that are on Metal Coffee PR. And it's just a showcase of the bands that I'm working with that are out there waiting for interviews and reviews and all that stuff. And they're waiting for you. They want fans. And so, you know, what the hell? We put them on Soundchecked, and we play them for everybody. So they're going to get heard by a ton of people. And then, of course, the show is carried by a ton of people. So it's just a monster exposure deal for them. And it's also something that they can keep and they can show off to people. You know, listen, here's what our PR guy does. He's a podcaster as well as a PR guy. And we're on his PR. And so you guys get to listen to some amazing bands. And I get to make this show. And, yeah, it's killed 2 birds with 1 stone. And then I get my ass back on the computer and start PRing again. So, yeah, man, my name is Moose. Hope you guys listen to Soundchecked. If not, this is the first time listening. Thank you. If you're listening on YouTube or iHeartRadio or iTunes or Google Play, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn, wherever. I think we're on the cusp of getting on Spotify. Still working on that, so. Or any of the amazing radio stations that carry the show. Thank you, of course, as always. Once again, Moose, this is Soundchecked, and this is a special kind of showcase deal. You can go back on iTunes or Spreaker or wherever and find Showcase 1 and 2, and this is Showcase number 3. Tons of great bands. We're going to start off with a band called Edge Over Edge and Traumasphere Records. Yeah, man, we'll get into more of that later, trust me. But you're going to dig it, man. It's Soundchecked with the Moose. If you don't mind, I'd say, shall we?
listening to Soundcheck with the Moose.
Hey, gang. So, Moose here with you in the MASH Moose pit because I'm moving into a new studio. So, I've still got kind of some of the recording. I've got one computer and a board in here and a mic, and that's all. And I've got some old CD racks and stuff kind of hanging out. But I've got a brand new studio that we're working on building that's going to have a triple monitor, bigger board, soundproofed, nice, carpeted, beautiful thing. So working on that. And if you're not familiar with me, I started a long time ago in the year 2001 with a magazine called The Metal Observer in Germany. And then I started doing radio, about 20 years ago. So I've been doing this a long time, but since 2014, I started out doing Metal Moose Radio, which is really still the name of my company. And then in 2016, I changed it to Soundcheck. And so we've been doing this every week since then, and having a lot of fun with it, and just getting bands out there and playing music to people that they've never heard that's really good, that, you know, big rock radio is not paying any attention to. So I'll do it. I'll do it for you. And I'm going to hit more listeners than you anyway. So the bands will figure out eventually, like, it's way more lucrative to be on a podcast anymore than it is on FM radio. So that's what we do, man. We just rock it. And normally I rate songs by tacos. I'm like, okay, well, that song was, 3 tacos. It was all right. This is a showcase for the bands that are on my PR, though. So I'm just going to play them and let you guys, soak it in and listen to it and tell the bands, or tell me which one you liked. Because I dig the bands anyway, or I wouldn't have signed them on my PR. I think that is one of the big sins out there in the PR world, is that PR will sign anybody that gives them money. Not me, Jack. You're going to have to be good. There's going to be something about you that I think is out of the box or going to be commonly liked. So anyway, yeah, man. So we're going to move on with a band called Event Horizon. Oh, yes, man. You're going to love this. The kids are going to love this. I mean, I'm an old metalhead, so I dig it, but this is more of the stuff that the kids are into these days, and I like it. Event Horizon on Soundcheck.
I'm afraid of my nothing. If I die, I'm afraid I haven't lost it.
get raided in tacos. Only on Soundcheck.
So I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like this whole genty thing, which for those of you not young and hip, cool people, gent is D-J-E-N-T, and that's a term for that type of music. And I had always considered it core, you know what I mean, or maybe technical death or down tune or whatever. But when I started Metal Coffee PR, I really said to myself, I want a bunch of different kinds of music. I want good old American hard rock. I want some gent. I want some super technical death metal. I want everything. So when I ran across Event Horizon, I was like, hey, now these kids fit the bill, and it's good stuff. It's got a lot of promise to it for a young band, and I was stoked to just write them up and say, man, let me help you get this everywhere. And we're getting it everywhere. It's getting heavy radio play all over the damn globe, man. So, and now you're hearing it, so you can go, man, I heard this Event Horizon band on the Soundcheck thing, and they just kicked a bunch of ass. And so that's the whole point. That's what I do. I get bands to fans and to record labels and magazines and labels. And so that's what I do. That's what Metal Coffee PR is. And this is the Metal Coffee Showcase number 3. And we're going to continue with killer bands that I've hunted down, relentlessly hunting for bands nonstop. And this one, I heard them and I thought, if people haven't heard this, they need to. Things need to be redefined.
Judge, but when you get me on the block corner, no, I don't give a fuck, cause I could take a different pace. New heights, new place, shades away like a mask off, blank face. Maze a game, how I could rock a rap, big captivate, motivate, checking your boys. Don't look away from what you say. Feel my heart, come alive. Look away from what's inside. Feel my heart, come alive.
So if you suck, send your music to Soundcheck.
There may be that faction of people that say, oh man, that's dead. That whole thing is dead. Sometimes it takes more than just listening to this genre and saying it's over, and listening to the way a song is performed, the way a song is written, and the intangibles going on in the tune. Then just, it's so easy to just go, that's over. Why would I mess with that? But the reason I wanted to mess with that is because it's good. It's got energy. It's got vitriol. It's got amazing things in it that a lot of people have forgotten of because they listen to everybody else go, that's dead, man. Well, it's still here, and there's still a lot of things to gain from it. So anyway, I dig it, man. So Redefined. This next band is one that, man, I've been trying to work with Heidi for so long because she's always busy, always doing something productive for bands. She's over in Sweden, you know what I mean? So we kind of have to watch each other on Facebook and the time difference and all that. But finally, we decided to, stop watching each other and actually work together. And she sent me over this band that she's working with, and this band's in the Whack and Battle contest, and they're awesome. And I was like, holy crap. Yeah, man, people need to know about this. People, especially in the States, who aren't keeping up with the Swedish metal scene. So, yeah, man, I still have no idea how to say their name. I think it's Sarea, S-A-R-E-A. I don't know, but I'll tell you what it is, G-O-O-D. Here we go.
Soundcheck on iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and in your local taco truck.
It's major label quality. Major label, worldwide touring quality music that in mass, the bigger picture is being ignored. Now, listen, here's what's going to happen. So to do this battle for whacking thing, they're going to get some mega recognition, and they may turn into the next, arch enemy or whatever. And that's awesome, because bands should, put work into things, and they should get out there. They should earn what they get. But guess what? This band's probably been this good for a long time, and nobody was paying any attention. That's kind of what I've been about, kind of been my pet peeve the whole time that I've done this. There's so many amazing bands out there that people just don't know about and should know about. There are bands out there that are so good that they should be being played on Big Rock Radio, being paid attention to by the big metal magazines that aren't. And so when I started doing this a long time ago, I thought, look, I'm not a big metal magazine, and I'm not a big metal record label. I'm not whacking, I'm not Rock on the Range. I'm not Rocklahoma, the Download Festival, any of those things. But I'm going to pay attention to them, and I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure that people hear these bands so they can get the due. And so, yeah, man, I love that band. Coming up next is a band called House of Chains. Gonna dig it.
Good evening. This is the singer from Whale, and you're listening to The Moose.
As much as I love super slick, overly produced symphonic metal, technical death metal, prog metal, gent, all of that stuff, I really, really like a band that almost sounds like they're playing on the back of a flatbed trailer at a big bonfire. You know what I mean? It's just dirty boots and jeans, rock and roll. It's not anything. It's organic, it's very organic. And so you'll hear a lot of bands on Metal Coffee that are just that. We're not here to be rock stars. We're going to get up here and we're going to drink a bunch of beer and we're going to bang on our guitars and play through Marshalls really loud. And it's going to be real. There's no trick. There's no niche. It's just light up that fire, start taking your clothes off because we're about to get down. So yeah, man, that's what you get with House of Chains, and that's fun. I dig that. This next one is on a whole different level, more of that symphonic kind of a deal, and a band that I was totally interested in when I heard him, and I thought, I want to work with them. I want to do something with this band. And I'm taking the chance now to do what I can with Beyond Forgiveness. This is The Moose. This is Sound Checked.
Hey, this is Caesar from Zero Theorem, and you are listening to Moose's Sound Check on Metal Moose Radio.
Yeah, man. So you listen to that Beyond Forgiveness track, and you're like, wow, man, that was good. That wasn't just a Nightwish clone, or a Leaves' Eyes or whatever. That was phenomenal. Really, and it was something that. There's some good ones out there. You guys know I have Shadowpath on here. Really good female-fronted symphonic band. But Beyond Forgiveness has a really good, different kind of flavor to it. Really well produced, really nicely performed. I'm a fan, man. I'm a total fan. I think it's really, really, really good. That's why, because I played them on the show quite a while back, and I was like, that's a band I could put my name behind and say, this is good. This is quality. This is good stuff. So, yeah, man, I want you guys to get into them because they're out there and they're working it up and they're with me. And I want you to pay attention to them because they're a good band. So make sure and swing by their page and say, hey, heard you on Sound Checked. And if you're a station or a show and you need to do an interview with them, just get a hold of me, man. We'll work that out quickly because every band you hear today is ready for an interview. Just let me know. It's easy. We want them interviewed and reviewed. So, yeah, man, if you want to review something on your site or your show or whatever, just send me an email, moose@themetalmoose.com, and give me your email, and I will send you the stuff, and we'll get you hooked up. This is all about network and a bigger picture. So I want you involved in this as much as I am. So, that's weird. Like, PR people are usually like, very secretive about how I do things, and I can't tell my secrets. I don't have any secrets, man. I just tell good people about good music. It's simple. And if there are other good people that want to get involved, yeah, I'm into that. Let's do it. All right, Mirror Lake. This one, I swear, this band could really, really explode quickly. In the hands of the right person. And I'm doing my best to get it into the hands of the right people. So, Mirror Lake, you're going to be blown away by this one.
Thinking back to a buried past, to a broken home, with nowhere else to go. The days are at bottom's up, as the blood begins to know. Who's worth the living without a soul? Will you help me? Will you save me? This grace of my eyes, it's time for our night. God forgive
Hey, this is Chadwick from 3 Left, and you're listening to Moose on the Sound Check.
But if you guys don't know about 3 Left, that's a band that's not a metal coffee band. I hope one day they will be, but they were on the Rumble, the Soundchecked Rumble, and kicked 5 other bands' asses. So they're really good. They're out there on the road right now. I think killer bands that deserves a lot of attention as well. So I'm going to tell you just for my own deal. I don't have a label. I don't really ever plan on having one. The label sounds like a lot of work and stuff. So anyway, but if I had one, Mirror Lake would be a band that I would sign. I'd sign them as quick as I could because that to me is a great song. The intensity and the emotion in that vocal and in that song, the way that they can focus, God, man, it's just super powerful. It's just like when I heard it for the very first time, I was like, this is somebody missing out on this band, because this is way past like good. This is phenomenal. And these guys need to be doing something. So when I got the chance to talk to them and ask them about signing on, it was like, man, I think I can find somebody who can do something with this. And I mean, I'm doing what I can with it, and I'm putting it out there to labels and radios, and I'm just getting the airplay and the attention. But I don't think enough people are really listening, because there is the it factor with Mirror Lake, man. So big fan, huge deal. I can't wait to do good things with those kids, man. So this next one is a really interesting one. It's something that people might kind of like tilt their head, and they're gonna be like, really, Moose? Seriously? But yeah, man, I love it. You dirty rat.
This is Noah Shark from Motogrator, and you're listening to Moose's Soundcheck on Metal Moose Radio.
Yeah, man, so the Dirty Rats, I think that a lot of people might kind of hear that and just kind of brush it aside. First of all, they're from Australia, which I just thought, yeah, man, how cool is it to have an Australian? Because Australia really, for me, means two things. It means men at work, and it also means insane grind. I mean, blood duster, psychroptic. We could go for days on the grind that comes out of Australia. And also, there's another band I really love from Australia, and I can't remember their name now, but they do the coolest bumper for me. Accidental President. Yeah. Anyway, so when I heard Dirty Rats, it was kind of like it had that 1986 kind of bassy kind of Ramones meets the Romantics kind of a thing. It just had that 80s. I love it. And maybe that's because I'm old, and I grew up on that kind of stuff, but I was just like, I want this. I want this band to have success. And I don't know many kids that really got into the Mirror Lake or the Event Horizon. They're probably like, dude, that was so lame. Oh my God, so boring. But maybe some people out there a little bit more my age are not into the drop G tuning and bass drops, heard that and went, yeah, man, that was pretty badass. So that's how I feel about it anyway. The Dirty Rats from Australia. Yeah, I think they're from Auckland, right? Something, I don't know. I don't know the cities. That's probably a whole different country. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So it's Moose with you on Soundcheck with the Metal Coffee Showcase number 3. We're going to move on now to another band that I just heard and I went, wow, dude, seriously? Why? Record labels must be asleep because this band needs to be on a label and moving places. So we're going to put it out there right now. Distance Defined.
Hey, this is Caesar from Zero Theorem, and you are listening to Moose's Soundcheck on Metal Moose Radio.
Yeah, man. So, wow. Distance Defined, man. That's like literally I listen to that and I'm like, why aren't these guys on the biggest label and just being pushed like insanely? You know what I mean? Really good. I don't know what the deal is, but it's incredible. And I'm a fan, and anybody that's listening to that band and going, man, they sound like a garage band. You need to be slapped. So yeah, wow, good band, man. So listen, if you're listening to this show and you're like, how do I get involved with this Metal Coffee deal? I want to be on Metal Coffee so I can be on a showcase and have Moose send my music to labels and zines and radios and all that. And it's easy, man. Just email me, moose@themetalmoose.com, or find me on Facebook. Just go to Metal Coffee Promotions on Facebook, or Soundchecked Podcast, or you can find me, Wes Moose JQ's last name JAQUES. Just find me, message me, and I'll set you up, man. It takes about 30 seconds to get you signed up, and we're done. So, yeah, this next band, all I'm going to say is, if you don't like them, we just can't be friends. Doghouse Swine from Jersey, baby.
Hey metal fans, this is Matt from the band Rectify, and you're listening to The Moose.
I said it before the song, and I'll say it again. If you don't like Doghouse Swine, we just can't really be friends. The memory of standing out behind the old red brick in pouring rain and carrying John's mammoth-ass bass speakers into that tiny club, the Man-O-War bass cabinet. Yeah, man, just... So listen, it really is more than that. I've got a real connection to Ian and John and the whole Jersey connection, man. It's family, man. And it's just, I love those guys. And it's just good, straight up punk rock. It's not pretty. It's not it's awesome is what it is. So I love them, and I'm a huge fan, and I wish they were the biggest rock stars on the planet. And because beyond anything, a lot like a lot of the bands I deal with, they're some of the most salt of the earth dudes in the world. They would, give the shirt off their back for you just because, man, they're good dudes. And so Doghouse Swine, I'm a huge fan. Who we got after Doghouse? Octolux, man. Just found these guys a couple weeks back, I think. And another one of those bands I just ran across that I was like, people need to hear this. It's so damn good, and it's a crime that it's not being pushed hard. So I said, hey guys, I can push this really hard, and let me get you out there, and let's see if we can find some labels who are interested. I know we can find fans, if we can find people who are interested. So Octolux on the showcase number 3.
Hey, this is Maddox from Messer, and you're listening to Moose's Soundcheck on Metal Moose Radio.
Man, if you don't know who Messer is, it's not a metal coffee band. I wish they were, man. But they're an excellent band. We've got an interview with them coming up. I've already got it. I just need to mix it and produce it and stuff. So anyway, Messer, great band. The deal about Octolux is they're another one of those bands that had that kind of weird 80s feel to them to me that it almost had that like Bauhaus, Billy Idol kind of gothy pop sound, and I really like it. It wasn't just like straight up, I'm going to rip your face off and melt your teeth metal. It was a good tune. It had a good emotion. It had that real dark kind of, gray tone to it. So I thought it was amazing. So the chance of getting with those guys to work with them and try to get them out there was also exciting to me. So this next band, Black Lotus, man, just... the name, and they're a Dallas band. They're well known, and so when I got the opportunity to work with them on their new single, I was really stoked, man. So I'm going to play it for you guys. This has been out there on the radio for a little bit because I've been putting it out to. I think I put it out to 500 stations or something like that. But Black Lotus, dude, I think they're going to play Rocklahoma this year, which is pretty massive. I know Switchback is playing too. Again, a couple of the metal coffee bands going to be playing Rocklahoma, which is pretty badass. I mean, I can't get into Rocklahoma. I asked for a ticket and they were like, "Who the hell are you?" It happens. So yeah, man, Black Lotus, check this one out right here on the Soundcheck Showcase with the Moose. Let's do it.
There's many to the endless. Am I more than a machine? Constant guilt from the dismay. Just pull my fucking
Hey, what's up? This is Taylor from the band Dread, and you're listening to The Moose.
It's, you know, the very first feeling I had when I heard that cut was relentless. It was just relentlessly heavy. It was unforgiving. It just, I mean, to be the most descriptive that I can with it is, I just felt it in my nuts. I was just like, Jesus God, it was just like a sledgehammer. It was like the first time I heard Crowbar or something. I was like, whoa, my God. Really, really good tune. And that's another band that just, somebody out there should be doing massive, massive things with that band. And I think I just burped again. Anyway, man, so yeah. Black Lotus. Holy Jesus, man. Great stuff. This next one is, it's not a real long one, but it's got enough packed into it to make it pique your interest. And that's really what I want to do with this band, because I really, instead of kind of showcasing what they are, I kind of want people to go, wait a second, well, that was way weird and out of the box. I need to check into that. Most of the bands that I'm playing today are bands that are just dropping you what they do and who they are. And this band, though, I've got a certain little special place in my heart for this one. And I kind of doing this on purpose. I'm not really throwing the full envelope at you with this one, but I think it's going to work because it's really interesting and it's really worth your time if you want to, take the time to get into them. I'm sending this one out like crazy too, because it's one of those deals that I think is unique enough. It's kind of like Zakk Wylde meets Jimi Hendrix, doomy blues. It's cool, man. It's Pink Cocoon, man. Just take this in and love on it for a little bit. Just gnaw on it for a bit, and yeah, man, it's awesome. Get into this, Pink Cocoon.
This is Izzy Devious and Lieutenant Colonel Lee from Accidental President in Sydney, Australia.
G'day to all you listeners at Metal Moose Radio.
Agitators and flag bearers.
Stay brutal.
Telling you, man, the Australians are cool. They're amazing. So listen, somebody out there right now is going, wait a second, that just sounded like a weird, trippy guitar thing. Yeah, man. Wait till you hear the rest of it. I totally did that on purpose. Pink Cocoon may be like, Moose, what the hell, man? Why didn't you play a song? Because I'm telling you right now, that's going to interest people. And I promise. So you need to check him out, man. It's really, really like Neurosis meets Hendrix kind of. Yeah, man, it's radical. I'm totally into it. And it's weird because it's something that normally I would probably look at and be like, I don't know, man. That's just kind of, and then I heard it and I went, yeah, man, that could feel the genuine, so it was, anyway, yeah, man, a Pink Cocoon, which, by the way, interesting name, fellas. This next, yeah, man, this is another band that I would sign immediately. Like if I had a label, which I don't, and I won't because it's too expensive and stuff like that. But if I did, this is a band that I would sign, like right now, no questions asked. Let's do this. Let's go out there and dominate. So I want you to really pay attention to this one. It's a band called Black Star Republic, and I think they're the ones maybe who are playing Rocklahoma, not Black Lotus. But either way, Black Star Republic, man, get on it.
Hollywood mind control. If we don't, everybody burns, everybody bleeds out. But we're one step closer to that Hollywood dream. Down on your knees, get down. Come on, baby, right now. Down on your knees, get down.
Text in your request to the Soundcheck Taco line 424-666-7356.
So now you know, man, what Metal Coffee is all about, what we do. We play and take bands' music and we put it out there, and we send it to radio stations, to magazines, to record labels, to podcasts, to anybody that can put the music out there all across the globe. It doesn't matter where your band is, doesn't matter what sound you are, doesn't have to be heavy metal. It could be rock and roll, whatever, man. We don't do rap, country, or opera, or Bollywood. We're just kind of not into it. But if you're like the Helix Nebula or something, we're into that. So if you want a company who's going to take your band seriously, I tell everybody that I deal with, I kind of act like I'm a member of the band. It's that important to me that we do something big with what you're offering. So I'm not a guy out there just trying to suck money from bands. I'm the guy who tries to find bands that I think have something to offer the musical climate out there. And I like a lot of different things about bands. I'm not just I'm not a radio or record label guy looking for a band that's going to make me money, because here's the deal. And I think most of the bands that are on Metal Coffee know this. I'm a stepping stone. There's no doubt about that, man. You join up with me, and I'm a conduit, man, and I get you to bigger and better places. I want to do good things for you, but I also am not naive enough to know that there are people who could do better things for you, people that have the resources to do things that I can't. So that's the deal. I'm not getting you to keep you forever. I'm getting you to put you up to another level and then get you with people who can get you things that I can't, if that makes sense. I can do a lot of things. We just hooked up with the 434 management. Those people can do incredible things. And that's why we got together and hooked up and started working together, because I want to be able to offer things to the bands that I don't have any control over. The 434 does. So we're going to be offering that out and doing amazing things. So if you want to get on Metal Coffee, just email me, moose@themetalmoose.com, and we'll get it working for you. Thanks for listening to the show, man. It's a big deal. I do appreciate it. It's no, I took a phone call. I'm totally cool telling you that there was a pause there because I got a phone call. Yeah, so pretty cool, man. I wanted to thank everybody who's listening on the stations and on iTunes and iHeartRadio and hopefully Spotify and YouTube and all that. And thanks to everybody out there who is sticking with Soundchecked. I know that things have been a little bumpy lately with show times, but with the PR thing, and it's getting a little busy, so I may be going down to hour shows every week. I'm not sure yet. We'll work on all that, but I got a lot of big stuff coming, man. So you guys are the heart of everything that I do. The listeners, people that support Soundchecked and Moose and Metal Coffee and all that. Thank you very much for everything that you do. I swear to God, I love all of you. Man, thanks so much for listening. And I say at the end of every show, you wake up, you kick ass, you be kind, you repeat. It's the way to live. You can change somebody's life just by smiling at them. Take advantage of that power. Take care of each other, man. And just keep listening to Soundcheck. And if you want to get on Metal Coffee, let's do that too. Until next time, see ya.
All rights to the music heard on the Metal Moose are reserved by the authors, their labels, or authorized representatives that permitted their material to be used. The Metal Moose holds no rights to any music played on the show. Go to themetalmoose.com to submit your music to be heard on the show. The Metal Moose accepts donations of money, Cheetos, bacon, and naked pictures. Thank you for tuning in and subscribe on iTunes. Rock out when you rack out, and consider yourself moosed.